Once again, welcome to Anjali's Guidance 365. Now, in class 1 means in previous class number 1 of light. In class 1, we discussed about uh, first law of reflection, second law of reflection, what is incident ray, what is reflected ray, what is angle of reflection, what is angle of incident, what is normal, what is reflected, different types of reflected, and then reflection. And today I will discuss about the relation between. So today I'll discuss about relation between B2IN. Don't write like this during exam. Between angle delta, angle I, and angle R. So we'll discuss about relation between delta I and R. Once again, what is I, R, delta? One quick revision. Now we are considering here a reflector, which is plain polished, a regular reflector, and this is the incident ray. So this point is known as point of incidence, and that is the normal. This is angle of this is reflected ray. So this is known as angle I, this is angle R, and this angle is known as angle of delta, angle of deviation. So what is angle of deviation? The angle between reflected ray and the extended incident ray. This is incident ray, this is reflected ray, and that is this one extended incident ray. This is extended incident ray. So the angle between extended incident ray and the reflected ray, extended incident and reflected, is known as delta. So now we will find the relation between angle I, angle R, and angle delta. So let's start. How to find the relation between angle I, angle R, and delta. So this is light, this is class light, and class number 2, light class number 2. So first of all, before finding the relation between angle delta, angle I, and angle R, at first let me explain one concept about the you can say one trigonometrical geometrical concept, one small concept from geometry. Now consider there is a straight line, one straight line you have, and few another straight lines are also given, and they are intersect at that particular point. Say this one is what, x, this angle is y, and that angle is z, and this angle is say w. So this one is w, x, y, z. three different angles are given. Now, so we can write, if this is x, y, z, w, then we can write sum of all the angles is equal 180 degree. So we can write x or angle x plus angle y plus angle z plus angle w is equal 180 degree. Then if we know the value of x or y or z or w or any three, then we can find another one. Or if we know the relation between the angles, then we can find them individually. So first of all, we know this one, the sum of all the angles must be 180 degree because it is a straight angle. So similarly, now we have one diagram, this one. This is incident ray, reflected ray, angle of reflection, angle of incident must be same. So we can draw this diagram. So this is angle I, that is angle R, and this angle is angle of delta, angle delta. Here now see, this is extended incident ray. This one is extended incident ray. Now see this one. This is extended incident ray. Without direction, ray diagram is incomplete. So put the direction of the ray. This is incident reflected, that is normal. This angle, the angle between reflected and the extended incident ray is delta. Now from applying geometry, we can write here angle, we can write here angle I plus angle R plus angle delta is equal 180 degree. 180, yes or no? Yes, why? Because you can say this is straight angle. So sum of I plus sum of R plus sum of delta, the sum of I, R and delta is equal 180, because this total angle is nothing but this angle plus this one plus this one. So here plus this plus this. So three angles. I plus R plus delta. Now from second law, we know angle I equal angle R. The value of I and the value of R are same. So if we put here, or if we replace R by I or I by R, both are same. Now in next line we can write, or angle delta is equal 180 minus angle I plus angle R. Or we can write that is equal, visible or not? Okay, now let me write here. Up to here clear, huh? So note it down. The space is very less, this is why. So let me erase this part. Done? Let me erase this part. पहले एक एक करके लिख लेना, हाँ? Now this is delta. So 180 minus I plus R. So this delta can be written as 180 minus, I and R same. This value of I and value of R are same. So we can write this is nothing but 2 times of I, or we can write this delta is equal 180 minus 2 times of R. Either we can write 180 minus 2 times of I or 180 minus 2 times of R, because these one I and R are same. So either we can replace this I by R. So we can write this is angle R plus angle R, or it's not visible. So this one we can write angle R plus angle R, or we can write, because I and R are same, here is given I and R are same, or we can write angle I plus angle I. So it will be twice of I. So this is why we can write delta equals sometimes 180 minus twice of I, or 180 minus twice of R, because angle I and angle R are same. So this is the relation between I, R and delta. Now this one, so means when I is angle of incident or angle of reflection is known, then we can find the value of delta. But how can we write the I or R in terms of delta? So then we can write, then we can write let's now see from the diagram we can write delta is equal 180 minus twice of angle I, or delta is equal 180 minus twice of angle R. So from this equation we can write twice of angle I is equal 180 minus delta. From this, if we shift this negative 1 here and this delta that side, so it would be minus 2i of I converted into plus 2i of I, and delta converted into minus delta. So from here we can write angle I is equal, this is angular symbol, angle I equal 180 minus delta divided by 2. So if we know the value of delta, so then we can find the angle of incident or angle of reflection, because angle R and angle I both are same. So from here we can write it is 180 minus delta divided by 2. Okay, remember this one. So if how to find delta? So delta equal 180 minus twice of I or twice of R. But I and R can be written as 180 minus delta divided by 2. Remember this one. Now consider one example. Consider one example. So suppose this is the given diagram. Here it is given. This is the normal. This is incident ray. That is reflected ray. I. This is angle I. This is angle R. This is normal. That is reflector. Which one is delta? Extended incident ray and this one. So that is the delta. That is the delta. Now for example, the I is given. For I equal 30 degree. If angle I is equal 30 degree, then find angle R, angle delta, angle G of I, angle G of R. Then your question, sir, what is G of I and what is G of R? G of I is glancing angle of incidence. So this is called the glancing angle of incidence, G of I. that one sorry, glancing angle of reflection. So how to define glancing angle of incidence? Okay, wait. Now it's visible properly. So how to define what is glancing angle of incident and what is glancing angle of reflection? So glancing angle of incidence is the angle between incident ray and the reflected. Once again, what is glancing angle of incidence? Beta, glancing angle of incidence can be defined as the angle between incident ray and the reflected. Glancing angle of reflection, the angle between reflected ray and the reflected. Now logically, if I and R are same, see this one. This one is one straight line. This is 90 degree. Suppose here is one line given, another one. This is another straight line. These two angles are same. This one and that one, these are same. So definitely this angle, if I consider this is theta, that is also theta, because this total angle is 90 degree. So for example, value this one is, say this is 30 degree. If it is 30 degree, then this part is what? 60 degree. From the second law, if this angle is 30 degree, then that angle, if this one is 30 degree, then that one is must be 30 degree. So if it is 30 degree, again this is 60 degree. So from this we can write GI and GR is also same. I and R are same. So GI and GR is also same. Both are same. So what is the value of GI? This is the value of GR. And how to find GI? So 90 degree minus I, because this total angle is 90 degree. This one. So अगर 90 डिग्री से तुम I को सब्ट्रैक्ट करोगे तभी तुम्हें GI मिलेगा. I and R सेम, तो इसमें तुम 90 से R को घटाओ तब तुम्हें GR मिलेगा. I and R सेम, दिस इज वाई अगर तुम्हें GI मिल जाए तो GR भी वही सेम होता है, वो दूसरे डिफरेंट अलग से निकालने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं. What is the value of GI? This is the value of GR. And how to find GI? So how to find GI? GI फाइंड करने के लिए 90 से सब्ट्रैक्ट करना है एंगल I को, देन वी कैन फाइंड GI. व्हाट इज GI? दिस इज द ग्लैंसिंग एंगल ऑफ इंसिडेंस. तो इस GI को फाइंड करने के लिए वी हैव टू सब्ट्रैक्ट द वैल्यू ऑफ I फ्रॉम 90 डिग्री and the value of GI and value of GR both are same. Value of GR both are same. So what is the value of GI and what is the value of GR? Both are same. Now come to the question and try to solve it. We already solved. Now see, if I equal 30 degree, what is given? So at first write one by one. Given angle I is equal 30 degree. What is the question? What is the value of angle R delta GI GR? So if I equal 30 degree, then according to our knowledge, angle R must be 30 degree, because from second law of reflection we know angle I and angle R are same. So we can write I equal 30, then R equal is also 30 degree. If it is 30, this is also 30. Now what is the value of GI? What is the value of GI? GI means 90 minus I. So what is the value of GI? We know GI is equal 90 minus angle I. So it is 90 minus 30. So it would be 60 degree. So what is the value of GI? It must be 60 degree. If it is 30, this is 60 because total angle is 90 degree. Similarly, if GI equals 60, then GR is equal also 60 degree. So if GI equal 60 degree, then angle GR is also 60 degree. Up there, clear? Now they ask what is the value of delta. We know what is the value of delta. So we know delta equal what is the value of delta? 180 minus twice of angle I or twice of angle R. Twice of angle I or twice of angle R. Then we can find the value of delta. Okay. So you can write the delta equal 180 minus twice of I. So what is the value of I? Value of I is given 30 degree. So it would be 180 minus 2 into 30. 180 minus 60. 180 minus 60. So it would be, you can write 180 minus 60. It would be what? 180 minus 60. It would be 120. 120 degree. So what is the value of delta? 120 degree. Okay. So how to find the value of delta? We know the delta formula for delta is 180 minus twice of I. Delta equal 180 minus twice of I or 180 minus twice of R. I and R same. So here 180 minus 2 into 30 degree. 180 minus 2 into 30 is 60 and it would be 120 degree. Now try to find the value of I and R reversely. Means if we know the value of delta, now we are considering delta is given 120 degree. Now try to find the value of I and R. So let's do it. Suppose delta is given 120 degree. What is the value of I and what is the value of R? We know when delta is given, then angle I and angle R both are same, and it can be written as 180 minus delta divided by 2. Now write 180 minus delta is given 120. Here from here divided by 2, we can write 60 divided by 2 is 30. So the value of I and value of R is also 30 degree. We can write 30 degree. 60 degree by 2 would be 30 degree. So today we discuss about the process how to find the value of delta. What is angle of incidence? Once again, angle of reflection. What is glancing angle of incidence? Glancing angle of reflection. And their relation between I, R and delta. We discuss relation between B2IN, angle I, angle R and angle delta. What is delta? Delta with the angle of deviation. What is angle of deviation? Angle of deviation is the angle between extended incident ray and the reflected ray. This is the reflected ray. So extended incident ray and the reflected ray is known as angle of deviation. Okay. So today up to here. Thank you. And in next day or next lecture, I'll discuss about what is regular and irregular reflection. What is regular and irregular reflection? Regular and irregular reflection. Okay, regular and irregular reflection. So do one thing, learn it properly, practice it. Any confusion, then let me know. Okay, thank you.